There is another fourth feature of ideology, and it's prohibitions. I want to illustrate it by the laws of Manu. You know it better than me, the ancient Indian text, which is one of the exemplary works of ideology, maybe the most exemplary in the entire history of humanity. The laws of Manu focuses on everyday practices, on the immediate materiality of ideology, how, what, where, with whom, when we eat, defecate, have sex, walk, enter a building, work, make war, and so on and so on. Here, the text uses a complex panoply of tricks, displacements, and compromises, whose basic formula is that of universality with exceptions. In principle, yes, this is the rule, but there are exceptions. The laws of Manu demonstrates a breathtaking ingenuity in accomplishing this task, with examples often coming dangerously close to the ridiculous. For example, priests should study the Veda, not trade. In extremity, however, a priest can engage in trade, but he is not allowed to trade in certain things like sesame seed. If he does it, he can only do it in certain circumstances. Finally, if he does it in the wrong circumstances, he will be reborn as a worm in dog shit. Is the structure here not exactly the same as that of the famous Jewish joke on the marriage mediator who reinterprets every deficiency of the bride-to-be as a positive asset? She is poor, so she will know how to handle the family money, making most of it. She is ugly, so the husband will not have to worry that she will cheat on him. She stutters, so she will keep quiet and not annoy the husband with incessant prattle. And so on till the final. She really stinks. Then the mediator explodes. So what do you want her? To be perfect without any failure? The general formula of this procedure is to state a general rule to which the whole of subsequent debate constitutes nothing but a series of increasingly specific exceptions. A specific injunction is stronger than a general one. In other words, the great lesson of the laws of Manu is that the true regulating power of the law does not reside in its direct prohibitions, in the division of our acts into permitted and prohibited, but in regulating the very violation of prohibitions. The law silently accepts that the basic prohibitions are violated, or even discreetly solicits us to violate them. And then, once we find ourselves in this position of guilt, it tells us how to reconcile the violation of the law by way of violating the prohibition in a regulated way. This is, I think, the constitutive, let me use this term, problematic maybe, perversion of the law. Law never simply prohibits. It tells you between the lines how to violate this prohibition and how, under certain conditions, this violation can be tolerated. That's traditional ideology.